When you hit the main stage, you were the man in the arena. You didn't take criticism from people in the fucking cheap seats.
It doesn't matter the game, H5, H3, the dude is unreal.
Annihilated absolutely everyone.
I don't think I've seen him play a bad game of Halo.
9 times out of 10, the decision he makes is the right one.
He knows what he's gonna do 5-6 steps ahead.
He's insane mechanic.
He very well might be a robot.
The greatest Halo player of all time.
Good morning, everybody. Today is September 22nd, and we have the pleasure of the reveal of number 3 in the Halo Top 25 list. I am excited for this, and here to live react with me is our same panel. We got Nighty Night, we got Tools Cast, and we got Why Not Be Reckless. I want to start today with Tools, man. Tools, how you doing? Let's hear from you.
I'm just wonderful today. You know, either we're gonna see the world burn down around us, or we're gonna be like, yeah, you know, that's a pretty good spot for that player. So, you know, it's either gonna be one or the other. I'm excited to see whatever video the HGS crew got in the back.
Yeah, he speaks of a pick that would be everybody would be all right with. So why not? Who do you think that pick would be?
I hope it's not Ogre 2. That's all I know is that I hope it's not Ogre 2. I'm gonna go Snakebite. I think that's a fair and a safe pick in Snakebite, but if they really want to throw a wrench and really want to get people talking, Ogre 3.
Ogre 3. All right, Nighty, I want to hear from you. Out of the remaining 3 that we believe, right, Ogre 2, Lethal, and Snakebite, which of those 3 do you think would be a disappointment to land at number 3?
I think a lot of people would be disappointed at Lethal. I think there's a big amount of people that would hate for Lethal to be third. But ultimately, it comes down to Ogre 2. If Ogre 2 is in third, then that is just going to break the internet. Twitter is going to go wild. Way more wild if he gets second. I think Ogre 2 at second is a lot more doable. But Snakebite, he's just, I mean, he's already above Ola. But having Snakebite above Ogre 2 is just absolutely ridiculous. And that just shouldn't happen yet. Snakebite, he just made a post this morning. He said he doesn't give a crap about the list, and I don't blame him. He's focused on his career. He knows that he's going to be winning a lot more events, and he's going to possibly be having some rings, and then that is when I would put him over the Ogres. But right now, in his current winning, you know, you see there on that, he's got 24. Ogre 2, you know, he's got some big ones, but this is, this is Halo 5, 3, and Reach, top 3 finishes. What's up with Ogre 2 there? Why are we not? Why does he have 0? I'm confused.
Maybe a mistake in the statistics.
2016 through 2020.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So this is MCC wins. I gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about MCC Halo 3 wins. Yeah, Snakebite from 2016 to 2020. He is a dominant force. So if they've considered something else that I don't know about, then yeah, maybe this is Ogre 2.
Perhaps. We got 10 seconds out. We're going to get the number 3 reveal right now, folks. We're here to live react to it, so please do not miss this, and enjoy, everybody.
Buckle.
Open the floodgates.
Butts.
Lord. Oh. You're killing it.
I will cry.
Okay. We're good. I think Snakebite's deserving of number 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is rigged for ratings and money.
Excellent. Okay, let's listen. I'm so happy.
But not before Snakebite has something to say about it.
Oh, what Snakebite up the ledge.
And you were here to win. Nice
So
double
yesterday,
kill there from
Snakebite
Snakebite looking for the
best
triple.
player.
There you got it. Oh, even bother.
He can do everything.
Even the playing field and one on Fred. Going for the triple. Yes, Snakebite does it. It's the triple kill. Down for denial. Gets the overkill. Snakebite just on fire right now.
I don't think anybody wants to win more than Snakebite. The way he goes about every situation, it's almost like it's picture perfect.
As everything's unfolding,
Amen.
I know that he is like thinking 50
Great
steps
music.
ahead. And it doesn't matter the game, H5, H3, The dude is unreal.
He's not afraid, like, at any point in the game. He's that guy to just walk at you.
He's the general.
Big shots coming in from Snakebite as well.
He's got it all planned out.
Easy double here. Last player's on the on the pyramid, sorry. Smartly backs down though, doesn't give that away, but now
Oh, slick with it.
him on his back.
20 seconds on the clock here. Counting one a headshot there.
That is ridiculous.
That's going to be the killing spree.
That is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever hit a snipe like that in my life.
Captain.
Much less on
the
the
hacks.
See one of the
main
most
stage,
disgusting
bro.
players in the game, but you know your team is going to be prepared.
The leadership. That was always the thing that stood out for Snakebite for me. It was about how he managed to always rally the troops. He always had a plan.
Every day we get on to practice, it's just being committed to winning, and winning is everything.
Just from watching him on stage, you know, listening in on their team communications, post and pre-game interviews, it's not hard to tell what he brings to the table.
He's always getting the guys ready for practice. He's always going over strategies, reviewing film with them, going over what could have been improved on. He's a great leader.
When you're able to do that as a captain, it adds so much more pressure on your back. And
Yeah, when it comes to captains, there's only one guy in my mind that could touch Snakebite's impact
He's really
right
good at
now,
making the
and that's Eco.
best of a worse
I mean,
situation.
Snakebite's on a
He really
totally
has that
different level
mindset
than
where
everyone.
The game is never over. If they go up 2-0, like, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as we extend the game out and we play the game 10, 12 minutes, like, we're going to be able to come back and we're going to be able to win it.
Vengeance, obviously, last time in the Halo World
Win
Championship
it.
2016.
The confidence that all three of those players have.
I love that clip so much. Love it every time.
Just lose.
Such a hype clip.
They're all so confident in him. Royal 2, like, there's a reason Royal 2 has stuck with him for so long.
Into the ground. Snakebite does not like losing, and it shows.
Into the distance, takes down Reliable, hits the double there for the killing spree.
I like how fast he just puts the snipe in his back pocket. I love it.
A running riot? What?
I'm very appreciative to have him
On
my
Amplified,
team.
that's
I know there's a lot of
that's
players
big.
that don't take it how he does as serious, and just it's nice to be able to trust the commitment.
He doesn't break character. It's not something that he just pretends to be. It's a consistent 24/7 job to him.
There you go.
The creator and leader of a modern-day dynasty, Snakebite and his team have claimed their spot among the Halo greats. With back-to-back World Championship victories in 2016 and 2017, and an unmatched dominance that continues to this day.
I love seeing how much he's changed over the years,
just
like
impressive.
with all those like
It truly
pictures.
is. At that point,
Oh yeah.
CLG, Optic, Tox, now
I mean, he started when he was like 11.
they
He
could
was
do
going to
whatever
events
they
in
want,
06
and
when
they
he
would
was
find
so
success. It was
young.
ridiculous.
You have the great players in Frosty, Roll 2, Lethal. I mean, absolute
One of the
legends
youngest
game.
pros ever.
But consistency, that comes with the mindset and the tone that Snakebite set from day one. He's seen these situations hundreds of times, and he's able to
what a land
make
shot.
the calls that
Oh,
win the game.
oh.
He does it all,
This is the
baby.
most crucial piece to me.
Snakebite and Royal 2 have been doing the same exact thing. Like, they're easily the best duo of all time, like the best players for a while now. And so, like, they've been doing this consistently. They're going to consistently be at the top.
For Snakebite to become the greatest of all time, he just has to continue what he's doing. Putting in the hard work and dominating.
I agree with Wes there. I think once he gets a couple more rings with Lethal, they're pretty much going to be like right next to each other as far as the GOATs.
Just need a little bit of time. That was good. That was good. And I think for once, I think we might not see people arguing like crazy over this. I think so. I think out of the last three that were there, Snakebite is in 3. I'm guessing Lethal's gonna be after him, and Ogre 2 is gonna be number 1. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not.
Look at the point differential though. Lethal. If let's see, there's 9 judges. That would require 4 people to have put Ogre 2 at 1, or maybe I'm off about that, but wouldn't that be the case where 5 people would have to have Lethal as number 1? That's how the math would work.
I don't know how the math would work for it. That's too much brainiac shit. 192 though. I mean, like the difference between second and third is enormous. You know, I think it just shows how much people put Ogre 2 and Lethal like as the top 2 and that they're just super close to each other. But man, I think Snakebite was super deserving of the top 3 spot. Like, people will talk about, oh, Pistola's better, blah blah blah. Like, Snakebite absolutely deserves, and there is an argument for him to be number 3, and I think that argument was successfully given in that video. I think he deserves everything that's coming to him. He's one of the hardest working Halo players out there. He's going to keep working hard, and the man just knows how to win championships, and he's different. And I'm glad that we get to see him immortalized in the top 3 today, because he's just an incredible player, and he's like one of the faces of Halo at the moment. And he's like one of those people that, like, he tries to do everything he can to help the scene, right? Like, he's out there winning championships, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, I think there needs to be more content creation. So he starts YouTube, he starts Twitch, and he grinds those really hard. He has a podcast. Like, he's trying to do what he can to help the Halo scene. And then on top of that, he's just the best damn player out there. Definitely, when you're talking about all the Halos combined, like, you're looking out who is the most talented Halo player of all time. I think Snakebite's the obvious choice. Like, whatever game it is, he's gonna pick it up, and he's just gonna be absolutely nasty.
Yeah, I totally agree. I played him early on, like really early in his career on LAN, and he immediately stuck out. Like, we were competing at the time for top 16. Like, that was what we were both gunning for, and immediately he soared above that. He was better than his entire roster. He got on a good team. He became a top 12 Halo 3 player, and then at the end of Halo 3 was a 5th place Halo 3 player. Like, it was an astronomical soar within a year or two time. Like, he put in the work, because it was a gauntlet that you had to make it through back then. Like, people just don't understand the difficulty of making it through 10 rounds of amateur bracket and then having to play all day of 10 rounds of pro bracket. Like, that is some serious grinding. And just to be able to get through that marathon back in those days, like, he's got such work ethic. I have so much respect for the guy. Love PJ to death. I think that I think just seeing the reactions on Twitter, on social media, just says it all. Like, people are totally cool with where he's at. They're upset about Pistola being low, but Snakebite is deserving of being up towards the top, and soon he will be on top.
Whenever I think of an IGL, I think of a player that sits more towards the back. You know, he's leading the troops, but he's looking at the map from a third party from the back,
like healers in Overwatch.
A great point. But when I think of Snakebite, Snakebite is right in the trenches with you. He's right up front, putting down that damage, grabbing that flag, and then still making those comms and still IGLing from the front lines.
Yes,
that to me is so invaluable, to have a player who's able to do, like you said, literally do it all. Like, you know, I'm still yelling at people for not being able to shoot and call out at the same time. This guy's shooting, calling out, and play calling while playing the objective and staying alive. It's literally, it's like what can't he do? The value that he brings to a team is almost immeasurable. What he does for a team doesn't show up on the stat sheet, yet he still gets amazing stats as well. So that, if you're questioning why he's number 3, hopefully that helps, and so does that wonderful video. Shout out to Muggsy, Hastings, and Matt Klein, everybody involved.
Yeah, so good. Videos have been so consistent. Love them to death. Snakebite is just, those clips are so amazing. Like, even the blurry reach one, that is one that stuck out for me back in, like, when it happened. I remember watching it after the event and just being like, holy crap, look at this kid. Like, he is unreal, because he teamed with Elamite Warrior, Strongside, and Robbie Bizzle that event. And I love Strongside. I'm a huge fan of him. Robbie B was a good buddy of mine. I loved hanging out with him at events, so I was totally rooting for that team. And Snakebite, I just, you know, I was aware of him, but I wasn't ready for the type of play that he brought to that Reach event, and that was his highest placing at the time. Then he finally hooked up with Royal 2, and it was all over from there on out. Like, that was it.
I just love to see it. I don't think I haven't seen really any bad reactions on Twitter at all. I think everyone got it out of their system, and now it's just today is the day to honor Snakebite. Let it reign in history. 9/22. You know, Halo 3 ODST now shares the birthday of a Snakebite being the crown number 3, because he's so deserving of it, right? And it's just, you see someone, he's like I wouldn't want to say role model, because I don't think people should be shaping, their role models after Halo players. But if there was one to choose, I think Snakebite's the one. He's just so hardworking. He puts in the time. He has realistic aspirations. Like he doesn't fake it with anyone. He just feels super genuine, and he feels as if he is. He sets out his goals and he just accomplishes them. It's just incredible to see. And also, I just love that image that they put at him. The last little still shot. Man, he's had such a glow up. Like we saw the history of Snakebite. The man's looking good today.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
He's really gotten extremely healthy. He's gotten into the grind. Like, you watch his podcast, with Lottie, and they talk about all the things he's been changing, his diet, and just getting so focused. And that's such a huge aspect of competing and doing the marathoning of LAN. But I gotta disagree with you on that about him being a good influence on young players or just people in general. I think you could look to him just like players did back in the day to Walshy. He very much fits everything about Walshy to me. He is the new Walshy, in my opinion. He's like the face of Halo. He really takes a charge in a lot of the decisions that are being made. He's very good in interviews. Everybody looks up to him as like they respect him. He's like that dominant force as a leader. He's in the trenches, like you said, Tony. That was Walshy back in the day. Like, he was that guy. He was like one of the only players that could beat the Ogres back in the day. Walshy was that great, and Snakebite's that guy for me. He's totally someone you can look up to. And watching his streams, I've garnered so much information about how you should go about your day and how you should prepare for the future and set goals. And like, it's not just gaming, it is life. It is, really becoming a responsible adult and charging ahead fearlessly. And that's what PJ's all about. Like, that is completely somebody to look up to. And I don't agree with that at all. I think gamers can absolutely be role models.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up today's date, and even to you, Nighty, as well. You talked about his longevity, because when you think of Snakebite, one thing you have to think about is his continued excellence throughout his career. Since 2010, we're going on almost 12 years now. He's placed outside of the top 8 one time. One time, this man has placed outside of the top 8 since 2010. That and so it's mind you, I mean, we're talking about Snakebite. He's part of a dynasty, so there's multiple first places in there too. There's a few top 8s, but most of them within that top 3. I think that's absolutely insane to me. It's almost unbelievable, and I want him to be synonymous with the continued excellence, because it's not done yet. He's still on Sentinels. He's still on that dynastic team. And coming Halo Infinite, they're going to be a top team. He's going to get plenty more ranks. He's going to get plenty more wins. You said it. You alluded to it before, Nighty. He may be number 3 now, but soon he's probably going to be number 1.
I totally agree.
Yeah, guys, I think that it's safe to say that a target has been put on Sentinel's back going into Halo Infinite. Am I wrong?
Oh, I mean, they're the team to beat, and it'll be interesting, because if they continue their excellence, it's going to call into question, like, well, how do you have to create Tox killers, you have to create Sentinel killers, and the teams will switch up to do so. But that first 6 months of Halo Infinite is going to determine the landscape so heavily. Does Sentinels keep doing what they did in Halo 5? And if they do, I mean, I think it's no question, no doubt, you put all 4 of those guys in your top 5, because there's no doubt at that moment if they continue their dynasty into Halo Infinite.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious if Snakebite has responded publicly, or if he's just going to leave it at this, right? The man is very smart, obviously, very strategic. He knew, right, how high of a chance that he was going to fall at number 3. So much confidence in knowing he was going to land at number 3 that he's put this out before it even happened, right? But he said, before the inevitable, I don't care about the list or your opinion on the list, because it's your opinion to have, and this thing has been nuts since day one. I'm proud of what I've done in my career because many would have given up, but my only focus is the future and what I plan on doing next. What a great mentality, right? I mean, that really speaks to everything that you guys are saying. What a great role model. What a great IGL. The man has his head on straight, and he's got his sights set on Halo Infinite, and that is it's very impressive, honestly. For as long as his career has been, he's ready for more.
That makes me think of another GOAT, Michael Jordan, watching him in the documentary when he was, he was very emotional when he was talking about his behavior back then and what it took to be the best for so long. Like, he had a long run to get to where he was at. Jordan wasn't in the finals, he wasn't in the playoffs for a while. He was really grinding it out and taking the abuse from some really hardcore physical teams, and he was hanging in there. And then he said at the end, he was like, look, you haven't done it, and you won't know what it takes to get there and do it yourself. I don't care what anyone else says. It's my opinion, and if you don't like it, so what? And that's exactly what PJ is. That's the mindset he has. It's like, who cares what anybody else thinks? He probably thinks to himself, like, every day, like, it doesn't matter what anyone else has planned for him. And that's one thing that a lot of people have to learn later on in life. Like, that's something that is just ingrained in him from an early age. Just amazing parenting, whatever it has. I mean, I met his parents; they're incredible people, so I could definitely see that happening. But he has had that mentality for so long. He's had great people on his team that have probably ingrained that in him as well. Like, he was in the Clutch. We know that Clutch is very much like that exact same type of mentality. It does not matter what other people think. He's going to worry about himself, worry about his team, and just keep winning some rings.
I think I heard a doorbell right there. If someone needs to step away, go ahead and do so right now. But Snakebite landing at number 3, I love it. And I guess what's left to debate, right, is number 1 and number 2. You know what I'm saying? We assume, right, Ogre 2 and Lethal are what's left here. But only time will tell.
I mean, I would hope so. Ninja number 1.
Hey, you know what? I'm all for it, man. I'm a Ninja fanboy.
Hell yeah. No, definitely. He was definitely carrying us on his back for a long time. He just put in $100,000 in the Twitch Rivals. Give it to him. I don't care at this point. Just let him have it.
There's a price tag on it, apparently. No, this is probably one of the most important statistics here, right? Win percentage at lands, right? And we got Ogre 2 and we got Lethal here. Lethal at 46% win percentage for a land. I mean, to win nearly 50% of the time is amazing. But then you look at Ogre 2, more than 50% of the time this man emerges with a victory over everybody that attended the event. That's beyond impressive.
God, I think Ogre 1's. Ogre 1 has like 75% if you take away Meadowlands 2009 and Dallas 2012. He has 75% win. I mean, but I think right now he's at 63, but it's still ridiculous that the Ogres were that successful to have that kind of percentages.
I think what it shows to me is like how many tournaments there were in Halo 1 and Halo 2 that he won, because he definitely wasn't winning 50% of the time in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo 5. So I feel like the backlog of Halo 1 and Halo 2 influenced those stats so much, which is why I put him at number 2. Like, I don't put too much stock in that 53%, just because there's a lot of early tournaments where it was still impressive to win at the time, but it's not the same prestige as it is today. Lethal having that he's just under 50%. He started in the apex of Halo. He's been doing it at the best, at the top level ever since he joined the scene. I think he's just, to me, he's a shoo-in for number 1 with what he's done in his recent career.
Yeah, and
no matter how much, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tony.
No matter how much weight you put on Halo 1, Halo 2, like my man to my right, Garrett, who might be on the the latter side or up there, 90, Halo 1, Halo 2. I know he puts a lot of emphasis on it. I think no matter what, especially with talking about Snakebite, it's about putting in that work. You brought up Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. I'm a big basketball fan, so I'm always going to reference basketball and the amount of work that they put into their craft to get where they are. Like when you see Game Time and you see Jordan pulling off that crossover and putting up that shot, he's done that 1,000 times in practice. Back when Halo 5 was at its prime, I know for a fact Snakebite was not only putting in work in that stream, but he also was putting in work in the scrims, and they were outworking everybody. And when they lost, all it made them do is work even harder because they did not want to feel that way again. I think it was a cast shot. I apologize. I don't remember who it was, but they said Sentinels almost never loses back-to-back tournaments. If they lose once, they get back in the lab and they come back better than ever. So no matter what side of the fence you're on, which I'm sure you two are going to battle out after this, no matter what, it's about putting in that hard work. Sorry, Alex, go on.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the work is important. But when we're talking about the elements that really determine like who's going to go into first and who's going to go into second, you've got to have a lot of that be longevity as well. And Ogre 2 forever he was at the top. Forever. Since the beginning of his entry into the scene. Like Lethal, it took him a little bit. Like he was competing at an amateur level. He won the Combine, and then he won an exhibition, and then he got second place in his first Reach event. So that was amazing that he was able to do that. But the Ogre twins were dominant from day one, and they were so dominant they were undefeated in 2v2. They won all the individuals. They won all the worlds. They won three rings together, and they were just untouchable. And it just is amazing that he kept going after that. Now, I think a lot of that was because of Pistola. Like, he got to team with Pistola, and, come on now. He was able to win another world championship, then another world championship, and then he was still staying on the top back when and then he teamed with Snakebite and Royal 2, Ogre 2, Snakebite. I mean, it just is ridiculous how far he goes into his career staying at the top. And this is it. Honestly, I love that these are the top two. I would be happy with either one, honestly.
Gary?
I am officially Team Lethal. I am standing Lethal for the next 24 hours. He is a number one. I'm going to burn down the town. No, but I mean, 12 players, super deserving. Can't wait to see what happens. Guys, tune in tomorrow because we're going to have a spicy one. We get 2 reveals, 2 videos. It'll be twice as long. It's going to be just a great time.
Ogre 2 was better in Halo 1, 2, and 3. So.
Then Lethal?
And then Halo Reach, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 5. 3 titles.
Well,
I guess you could even count Halo 4. But
whooped up on some Lethal. I mean, he was one of the only players to whoop up on Lethal. There wasn't too many players that could do it. And Ogre 2 was one of them in H2A. And
he beat him in one tournament.
He won the World Championships in Reach. So, I mean,
one tournament, Halo 2 Anniversary, he's whooping on him.
Ogre 2 was more dominant against Lethal than Lethal was dominant against Ogre 2.
If you want to bring up Reach, and if you want to talk stats, Lethal has 3 LAN wins on Reach, while Ogre 2 has 4 on Reach, including...
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was going to say, including, as Nighty said, the Providence Championship. $100,000. That's a lot of moolah. I'm sorry, going to get.
Oh no, Tony, just run my memory back. Who got dropped for Lethal?
Was that rhetorical? I'll answer it if you want.
No, go ahead. Answer that question. Who got dropped for Lethal?
Ogre 2.
Yeah, I think that says what it needs to be said. let's end the stream right here.
Oh, that is not all that needs to be said.
Hey, bro, that's all I'm gonna say, bro. Did Lethal ever get dropped for Ogre 2? I don't think so, bro.
How many rings does Lethal have?
Lethal, he has so many, bro. Ring on ring, stack on stack on stacks, bro. Stacks on stacks on stacks.
Give me the number, Gary.
That's all that matters, bro. He's got back to backs, bro. Got one on his pinky, one on his ring finger.
One title.
Yeah, but that's because we haven't had, bro. Halo 5, we only had 3 years of competition, and we were sitting for 3. He would have another 3 titles in Halo Infinite if it came out in 2018. Come on, don't hit me with that. Ogre 2 played in an era.
Hypothetical.
Ogre 2 played in an era where he didn't have to take 5-year breaks, bro.
If you want to live in fantasy land,
it's not fantasy, bro. Lethal's dominant. The man knows how to win.
He's got 2 rings. Ogre 2 has 5.
Bro, yeah, you can count that Halo 1 shit if you want to count it. That's all I'm saying, bro.
There was only 1 ring in Halo 2. There was 3 rings in Halo 3. There was 2 rings in Halo 2.
He won 3 rings in Halo 3?
No, I'm saying the opportunity. You say there were so many events, but there was only 1 Nationals. There was only 1 ring.
Right, so he won Halo 2s and he won Halo Reaches. He never won a ring in Halo 3.
He won.
Okay,
2
we don't
Halo
count
2s.
Halo 1's ring, bro. That's all I'm saying. Halo 1's
1
ring
takes the most skill.
It takes the most skill, but the field wasn't the same. Like there just wasn't the prestige at the time. Like the players weren't there,
fair.
man. Like,
no, that's fair. I get that.
His team was
All right,
so
let's take away
dominant
that
because
ring.
there was
Let's
only
take
that
away
much
that
time.
1 ring. Guess how many more he's got?
So what? He
Lethal's
has the
got
Halo
2?
2. Halo
Ogre 2's
2.
got 4.
Halo 2. Lethal wasn't around. You know, like he's too young. He's too young. You give Lethal, give Lethal another 5 years. Give Lethal a time machine.
Did compete in a few events in Halo 3 where he did get 30. He got 32nd at Columbus 2010. He got 12th place at the Combine in 2010, and also got 12th place as well in 2010.
Man of
so
the people.
He did compete.
Man of the
He did
people.
compete in Halo 3 a few times.
He came through the AMs like us, bro. He came through the AMs like us. Holy shit. He's a man of the people. He knows what it's like. He did the AM grinds. He knows what it's like. He came from the bottom to the top. Lethal.
You don't think the
My
Ogres
God.
came from the bottom?
Hey, the Ogres started like on the best team in the world. They basically
No.
came out of the gate and
They
they were
carried the
bah,
living
bah,
shit
bah,
out of their
bah,
teammates.
bah, 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 bah.
Their
They were
teammates were good, but I mean, they outclassed their teammates by a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Ogre 2s came into the scene and they were like the greatest already. You know, there just wasn't that much talent in Halo 1.
But
like,
that's still the bottom. You still,
I
you still had
don't.
to, you still
Your
had to come
point
in
makes
and work
no
for it.
sense. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have to work for it. What I'm saying is that like there wasn't that established talent already. They came into the scene already the best players on the planet. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's great, awesome, but you know, you gotta Lethal was molded by the scene. He had to start and figure it out, and he figured it out fast. And then on top of having to figure it out, Tony, right? He got a top 32 placement, and he still won 50% of his tournaments. He started from the AM, came through, figured it all out. I'm just saying, bro. It's like, you know, if Lethal was Boomer 40 years old right now, he'd won every championship possible. I mean, just because he's young and he hasn't had a chance to compete back in the day in Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Land. We're not talking fantasy land. We're talking real
I'm
life.
just saying,
And in reality, Ogre 2 had 2 rings in Halo 2. He had a ring in Halo 3. He had a ring in Halo Reach.
Halo 5,
Ogre
baby.
2 is 35 years old. Lethal is 27. I'm just throwing out facts. I want to make sure we throw the facts out for the audience while you guys doke it out. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up now.
5 world championships, 5 rings.
Yeah, I thought he only won the first. No, man. I'm thinking of Walshy. No, I just think, in my opinion, Lethal, like his reign in Halo 5, I think was more dominant than the reign of Final Boss in Halo 2, and that's my opinion. And you know, you don't have to listen to it. That's just my stuff. And if you agree, you know, feel free. But you know, Lethal did it back to back. He's better, you know, and yeah. Ogre 2
did it back to back.
Hey man, Ogre 2
titles.
Ogre 2. Guess what?
Reach.
Hey man,
all right, boys.
Who got dropped for Lethal, baby? Who got dropped?
It's getting a little spicy.
Wasn't
I don't know, man. I appreciate the debate though, Nighty and Tools. I love it. Me and Tony just here kind of spectating, looking at stats, and like, man, I'm trying to keep up with all these opinions here now. But honestly, very highly debated. I anticipate tomorrow, honestly, with number 1 and number 2 preparing. I'm super excited. I want to take a step into the future though. Today we're gonna get a blog about the technical preview, right, according to Unisec. I'm looking forward to that, right? And speaking of that technical flight for Halo Infinite, we got some great news to share with you guys. We broke it yesterday, but Gary, I want to hear you explain what's gonna happen this Sunday. You don't have to go into too much detail, but please let us know.
Boys, we're back. Money Tuesday, this Sunday. I know, not on a Tuesday. Bear with us. The technical preview doesn't reach to Tuesday, unfortunately, but we're going to be having a kill race in matchmaking. Come watch it. We're going to have these teams of 2s getting ready and fighting for $1,000. Guys, stay tuned to the Twitter. We'll get the format, all that figured out. All you got to know Sunday, September 26th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come watch some incredible Halo on twitch.tv/Louis V. Titan. I see you on YouTube. I see you watching right now. You want to see the best goddamn players play Halo Infinite? Well, Sunday's the time to do so. Make sure that you're here on the Twitch channel. Get yourself subscribed so you're ready to watch on Sunday, and make sure that you see who is the best Halo Infinite player before the game even comes out.
Perfection.
So you're saying that LVT is throwing a tournament during the technical preview, or at least a show match. Who else is putting out competition during the preview? I'm sorry, anybody else is? I don't think anybody else is.
Let me go check Twitter real fast. I haven't seen anything, bro.
Hey, man.
Nighty, do you know? You got some inside information? I think LVT is the only one doing it, and $1,000, that's big money.
Tony, I'm trying to look it up. I don't see anything on the calendar for anybody else. I don't think they're working as hard as us.
Cash on the line, baby. Let's go.
We the Snakebites of
We're the Snakebites. There we go.
Right? Of events.
we're the team that's not going to give up, guys. We are dedicated to Halo, and we are looking forward to Halo Infinite. I tell you, man, we've been in conversations about what we want to do, and it's always just it's an internal conflict, right? We want to play the game so much, but we also want to make some excellent content for you guys. So speaking of excellent content, this is going on YouTube, so please subscribe to the channel, like this video if you haven't done so. There's a video for each of the top 10 thus far, and we're gonna get one more live reaction tomorrow, so please don't miss that. That's gonna be at 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. You guys know the drill, so please, you don't want to miss it. Please join us tomorrow. And so any last words, guys? 98. Any last words?
Yeah, we might have a special guest tomorrow. Maybe, possibly. It might be a big deal.
Somebody you may want to hear from. We'll see.
Yeah. So tune in. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Gary?
Lethal number 1. I hope to see it. You know, I'm not gonna be too heartbroken if Ogre 2 is number 1, but I think Lethal has finally overpassed.
And Tony.
I'm still trying to figure out why Nighty pointed at his middle finger instead of the ring finger, if you're referring to the ring. But either way, no, this has been amazing. Top 25 has gotten people talking. Congratulations to Snakebite, big number 3, and I mean, you don't need me to tell you this, but don't stop, man. I want to see you grow. I want to see where you end up. You may not be Gary's role model, but you're one of my role models. We both from Jersey. We cut from the same cloth, if you will. I want to see you take that number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, boys. Thank you for joining us again today. This was the reveal and the reaction of number 3. It was Snakebite. We got 2 more to go, and we're going to get them both tomorrow. And then Friday, of course, we're all getting to play some PvP multiplayer action in Halo Infinite, and we cannot wait. Please tune in tomorrow morning.
We belong together.